Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Noose with Tim Lynch. I'm Tim Lynch. Okay, so today we're probably going to have our best episode ever. We'll see. We're going to talk about equity. And why are we talking about equity? Because Kamala Harris is talking about equity. And why are we talking about Kamala Harris? Well, as I'm sure you all know, she is running for president of the United States from the Democratic Party. And why is she running? That's a different story. Anyway, but let's go on and talk about her stance on equity. This is a big part of her platform she really feels strongly in. And I'm going to start out with a video that shows her speaking about it. So here you go.
You know, so many of us have come from movements that were about the fight for equality. We also understand there's a difference between equality and equity. Equity is everyone deserves to have, right, and be treated equal. But equity understands that not everybody starts out on the same base. So if you're giving everybody an equal amount, but they're starting out on different bases, are they really going to have the opportunity to compete and achieve? That's why we purposefully, as an administration, the president, myself, the secretary, and everyone in our administration are so dedicated to a specific principle, which is that of equity.
Okay. And just so you know that this isn't some sort of off-the-cuff thought of hers, that this is really important to her, I'm going to show you another video. Doesn't really say much different other than that it just kind of bolds and underlines the thought. But also, watch her tone. She almost seems angry about this. So really doubles down. So check this one out.
To that extent, yes, we do talk about equity. We actually believe it is a good principle. In spite what some so-called leaders might try to suggest, we are proud of the fact that equity is one of our guiding principles. Proud of the fact that we understand equality is important, but not everybody starts out on the same base. So it sounds like it might be right, everyone gets an equal share and then they should compete and the best thing will win. But that assumes everyone starts out on the same base. Equity takes into account that may not be the case.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about really mostly about the first video. Like I said, the second one doesn't really add much other than a little anger emotion. And in the first one, she says that many of her and her compatriots came from movements that strove for equality. And just so everyone's on the same page, equality references equal opportunities. Equity references equality of outcome. So it turns out that we got equality, but that's not really what she wants anymore. Why? Well, if your stance is to give you something you don't have, but you have equality, you got to go somewhere else. You got to get deeper. So that's it's not enough that you got your opportunity. Now I got to get you the same as everybody else has. So she goes on and says, equality is good, but not everyone starts with the same base. And she continues, so if you're giving everyone an equal amount, by the way, we're not giving anyone anything, right? So again, we're giving them an opportunity, but we're not giving them anything. So if you're giving everyone an equal amount, but they're starting on different bases, are they really going to have the ability to compete and achieve? Yeah. I mean, that's the American dream. The American dream is that you come to this country and you're not stuck in a caste system. You're not stuck in an educational area where you can't improve. You can do anything you want. You have that opportunity. So can you compete and achieve? Sure. I mean, and I'm not going to say, oh, well, look at J.D. Vance. You know, he started really poor. Now he's running for vice president of the United States. I mean, sure, that's great. And that certainly proves the point. But there are plenty of other people who have much more reasonable achievements. You know what? I don't have a lot of money, but I'm going to school. I get into a trade and now I'm earning $100,000 a year. And then there's other people who have a ton of money and they go into a college and they're in debt for $100,000 a year. So yeah, the ability is there. No question. So she goes on and says, we are dedicated to the simple principle of equity. She's dedicated. That's equal outcome. That's Marxism, which is no surprise on that side. But instead of just saying, oh, that's Marxist or that's communist, and what do those words really mean? And is he right? Is it really Marxist? Does that match the definition? I don't know. You know what? Let's not discuss that. Let's just take that off the table. Let's talk about what happens. So walk through it. If you had a magic wand and you could redistribute all the wealth, all the equity, all the property, anything you want equally to everyone in the United States, that would last about 13 seconds. Because the second you had that, you're going to start to see shifts. Because it turns out, while we all should have equal rights and equal opportunity, we're not all equal. Right? Some people are smarter. Some people are harder working. Some people are faster. Some people are stronger. We all have different types of abilities. And that will turn into different outcomes. So that's good. People who can do things better should get more than people who can't. That's equality, which is good. It's not equity, which is bad. And how do I know that would happen? Because that's what happened, right? Don't forget, in the past, we all had exactly the same. Nothing. We were all living in caves with nothing. And different people had different abilities and were able to garner more things than others. So it's going to happen. You redistribute everything, it's going to shift around again. So why even bother to do it? Unless you plan to keep it that way. And the only way you can keep everybody equal is to steal, right? You constantly, when you redistribute, if you have everyone have the same amount and then it starts to change and some people have more than others, then you just steal from them and give to others. And when it shifts again, you steal from them and gives to others. And then you steal from that and you give to others over and over and over again. And that's what they want. They want an all-powerful, tyrannical government that can constantly steal from those and give to others. That's the game. And you know the best way to do that? You take away the guns. I know I'm beating a dead horse. But you know how easy it is to steal from someone who doesn't have a gun compared to someone who does have a gun? I bet you do. So what does Kamala Harris want? She wants to steal. And it's not just her. That's the whole left. It's the whole progressive. It's the whole Democratic Party. They're all about equity because we've achieved the good thing. We've achieved equality. But now they have to do something else, and they want to take it from you. And that's all I have to say today. Thanks for joining us. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you like the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Please share this with others, especially people you don't like. Let them comment. Let's get the battle going. Let's all start discussing. All right. Thanks again for everybody for joining us, and I'll see you next time.